Hi, I'm Daniel Dixon with freeaccountingschool.com, and this is the first video in my new online series on the basics of accounting. The goal of these videos is to teach you the basics of accounting through a series of short online videos in an entertaining way for free. So today, we're not going to jump in to the technical side of accounting just yet. That's going to happen a couple lessons from now. Today, we're going to discuss the following: 5 ways learning accounting can make you money, and 3 keys to a great accounting career. Then in the next lesson, so lesson 1.2, we're going to talk about the 3 secrets to learning accounting really quickly. Then in the lessons after that, then we'll start getting into the technical side of how accounting works in real life. Okay, so I hope you find this video series really helpful and enjoyable, and that you learn a ton. Okay, so let's get started on today's lesson. What are 5 ways learning accounting can make you money? Well, number 1 is the obvious answer you're probably already thinking of, and that is you can work as an accountant. For some of you watching this video right now, becoming an accountant will be perfect for you. You'll find happiness and joy and fulfillment in your daily work life, and you'll make really good money doing it. For others of you, becoming an accountant would not be a good fit, and you'd probably be pretty miserable at the end of the day. Okay, so if you want to know which of these 2 groups that you fall into, I suggest you study accounting for 5 or 10 hours online, and then go try to make friends with 2 or 3 different accountants. And then after you've become friends with these guys, ask if they will let you come and hang out at their office during the workday for maybe 2 or 3 days in a row and get a real feel for what it's like to work as an accountant. This will be really important for you to do before you decide that you're going to spend a lot of money and a lot of time majoring in accounting in a college or university. Okay, so the next thing I want you to know is that there are actually 4 different types of accountants. The first one is a public accountant. These are the accountants that work in accounting firms that do taxes and auditing and accounting work for different businesses and individuals in their communities, okay? The second type of accountant is a management accountant, okay? These are the people who do accounting for the company they work for as an employee. Usually in a medium-sized or bigger company, they will have their own accounting department, and these people working inside those accounting departments are called management accountants, okay? The third type is called internal auditors. These are people who usually work for big companies who are so big that they need internal people watching what the management accountants are doing to make sure that they do it correctly. Those are internal auditors. And the fourth type is government accountants, who are obviously accountants who work for governments. I can't go into too much detail about these careers in this lesson, so if you want to learn more, just Google these different careers and find out what the differences are between them. Okay, so the next way learning accounting can make you money is that eventually you could start an accounting business. Now, this relates to the prior slide and the fact that you should probably be an accountant for at least a year or 2 before you start an accounting business. But for those accountants who like entrepreneurship, starting an accounting firm could be an awesome opportunity for you. And I know a number of people actually who make really good money owning their own accounting firms, and more importantly, they love it. So at the end of the day, they're just really happy with how everything's going, and they feel good about what they're giving to society and how they're helping people and the type of work they do. So some of the services that you can provide if you own an accounting company are taxes, general accounting help, auditing, business consulting, and financial and investment planning. Okay, so we'll learn more about the different roles that an accountant does in future lessons. Okay, so let's move on. The third way learning accounting can make you money is that it can help you if you start another type of business. So right now we're talking about a non-accounting type of business. Now, some of you watching this video might not want to become professional accountants, but you do want to start another type of business, or maybe you already own another type of business. For you, learning the basics of accounting is vital. There are so many regulations and tax issues and accounting issues and accounting software issues. that are universal to any type of business that you start. And knowing the basics of accounting and the basics of all the tax law that goes along with accounting and that kind of thing will be extremely helpful to you. Now, one piece of good news for you guys in this situation is that you don't need an advanced accounting degree to learn the basics of accounting. You can just learn accounting, the basics of accounting, through free online videos, through my videos and through other people's videos online, and you probably don't need to go get a formal education in accounting if this is just what you're using it for. Okay, the fourth way learning accounting can make you money is that you can use it for career advancement. Some of you watching this video might not want to be a professional accountant, and maybe you don't want to start your own business either, but all of you are going to be working somewhere, right? It doesn't matter whether you're going to be a doctor or a lawyer or an engineer or a salesman, plumber, musician, whatever. You will benefit immensely in your career from learning just the basics of accounting. I mean, for many years, people have called accounting the language of business, and there's a good reason for that. It's vital to know at least the basics of accounting to understand what's going on with the finances of any company that you're working in. And like I said before, you don't need a fancy degree from a college to gain a solid understanding of the accounting basics. You can learn the basics online for free through my videos and other people's videos. Okay, so number 5, the fifth way learning accounting can make you money is that it helps you learn how to manage your own money. Many families across the world, their money problems aren't caused by the fact that they don't make enough money. They're caused by the fact that they're so bad with the money that they make. I mean, I've seen many people who make over $200,000 a year, but are heavily in debt. They live paycheck to paycheck, and really they're worse than broke. And the reason that they're so in such bad financial shape is because they're just dumb with their money. I mean, one problem these people have is they don't think about their money logically. They just think about it, just whatever they feel like spending on, that's what they spend it on. And let me tell you this truth. Learning accounting helps you learn how to think about money less emotionally and more logically. In fact, I don't know any of my accounting friends who are bad with their money on a personal level. I mean, I'm sure there are some accountants out there who are, but I believe the vast majority of accountants are better with their money than other people in other professions. Okay, so let's move on. What are the 3 keys to a great career in accounting? Well, number 1, work in an industry that you're passionate about. I know this sounds kind of cliche, and you might have heard it a number of times, but every time I violated this rule in my own career, I've really regretted it. Trust me, you're going to be way happier and more successful if you're an accountant in an industry that you actually care about. For example, if I personally were an accountant at a medical device manufacturing company that made good, high-quality products, I would probably love that position because I'm kind of a guy who loves the sciencey, nerdy type stuff that goes along with product development and the accounting that goes for that kind of industry. Now, I would be miserable if I were an accountant at a skateboarding manufacturing company. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with skateboarding, and for those of you who like that kind of thing, that's great. I used to love it when I was younger. But some people, but I would just be totally miserable in that environment because at this point in my life, I just don't care about that kind of thing. So one thing I should tell you though is that getting into an industry that you are passionate about doesn't necessarily happen overnight. I mean, sometimes it can take years to get into an industry that you really, really love. So it just depends on how hard you're willing to work and how smart you are at getting those type of jobs. But you're going to do it as long as you're consistently working towards that goal. Okay, so the next key to a great career in accounting is you should work in a specific job where you enjoy the nature of the work. There are certain accounting jobs that I've had that I've absolutely loved. For example, I used to work as an accountant for a big building supply retail store chain in their regional offices in Washington State, and I loved working on their accounting database systems because I just happen to be one of those guys who loves to get into the technical computer stuff that is involved in these big accounting systems. And when I was working on those type of projects, I was just in hog heaven. So in other types of accounting that I've worked in, I haven't enjoyed it as much. And so that's one key that you really need to remember. And this is a good segue into the third key to a great career in accounting. And that is love computers and train consistently to improve your computer skills. Accounting is becoming more and more and more all about the computer systems. In my next lesson, I'm going to teach you 3 secrets of how I'm going to teach you how you can learn accounting quickly. And one of these is I'm going to give you a secret on how you can become a genius at computers in a fast and inexpensive way. Okay, so that is it for our first lesson in this Accounting Basics series. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like my videos, please do me a favor if you're watching this on YouTube and give me a thumbs up or subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you want to check out more of my free videos on the basics of accounting and look at some other resources I have for you, go to freeaccountingschool.com.